All right, guys, I just got to be honest with you. So it seems like the hotter the weather, the hotter it is for Dodge Charger and Dodge Challenger owners, man. I feel like every other day I'm seeing somebody's car get stolen. Scatpacks, Hellcats, RTs, Hemis, period, are getting stolen like crazy. Every other day I'm having to repost somebody's car to be on the lookout because their shit got stolen, man. Like, that's how bad it's getting. And I'm not exaggerating. This is in Charlotte, North Carolina. Coincidentally, USA Today just dropped the list of most frequently stolen vehicles in America. Number one, go figure, Dodge Charger Hemi. That basically means all Hemi models. Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat. Number 6 is the Dodge Challenger in general. So that goes for Dodge Challenger V6s, RTs, whatever the case may be. Number 11 and 12 is the Dodge Charger 4-wheel drive, which is the GT, and the Dodge Durango 4-wheel drive, which is the GT as well. And then rounding that off is number 15, just the Dodge Charger. So basically V6, V8, they want anything that says Dodge on it. Guys, we got the game messed up. Our priorities are all out of order. You buy a new Charger Challenger today, don't worry about taking your car to the chop shop to get the pipes cut so you can make it louder. Don't worry about taking it to the decal shop to get that big ass Hellcat emblem on the side of it. Take it to a car security spot and have them lock it down for you so that when you come out the following day, your car is still there that you just bought. Let's talk about it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Knockout 360 here with another video, man. So you can tell I'm in a car that makes us a car vlog. You don't know what's going down when I come around. Let's get into it. Car content, car shows, car reviews, car meets, anything and everything car related happens on this channel. So if you're into that, make sure that you stick around because you are in the right place. For everyone else, hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so that you know what's coming out and when it's coming out. So USA Today just dropped the list most frequently stolen vehicles in America. Dodge Charger Hemi is number 1. Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat is number 2. The Dodge Challenger in general is number 6. So I'm assuming they're talking about V6s and RTs and all that stuff. Number 11 and 12 is Dodge Charger 4-wheel drive, which is the GT. Dodge Durango 4-wheel drive, which is the GT as well. And then number 15 is just the Dodge Charger in general. So we made this list, what, 5 times? What, 2, 4, 5, 6. 6 times we made this list. And we're in the top 15. And 6 of those cars is Dodges, basically. So in my city, Charlotte, North Carolina, things are getting real bad, man. Like, I feel like every single day for the last 2 weeks, people have been DMing me, hey, listen, man, can you repost my car got stolen? Can you repost my homeboy's car got stolen? My homeboy's Scat got stolen. My homeboy's Cat got stolen. My homeboy's RT got stolen. Charger, Challenger, they're taking it all. You know, it's getting hot. And you guys said this in the comments a little while back that basically as the temperature rises, so does the stakes and the likelihood of Dodge Charger and Challenger owners' cars being stolen rises as well. And that's the truth, honest to God. You know, it's hot outside, more people are outside. These cars are getting stolen more often. A lot of people are showing off their cars right around this time, rightfully so. It's nice. It's been beautiful in Charlotte for the last like 5 days, man. I got my car washed this weekend. I've been outside every single day in it. But the beautiful weather brings the lowlifes in the world, the creeps, the thieves, the carjackers, you know, the car breaking enters of all that, you know. That's what it brings, as well as beautiful weather and nice weather for cars and car shows and stuff like that. If there's one thing that I'm noticing is that a lot of the cars that people are asking me to repost were stolen not from their house, but from some location that they were at, you know, outside of their neighborhood or their house or whatever the case may be. The criminals got to be bold as hell to come to your house and steal your shit, right? Even like if you have a garage, that pretty much null and voids that conversation. But a lot of people don't have a garage. Let's just be honest here, guys. And I see this shit in the comments a lot. And, you know, I get a lot of people DMing me. Like, not everybody has a garage, unfortunately. Some people, unfortunately, have these cars and they live in apartment complexes. And, you know, that brings me to my next topic. The cars that have been stolen at people's residences were generally stolen in apartment complexes, because let's be honest here, if you're on the 5th floor of an apartment complex and your car is parked obviously in the, you know, the main area of where everybody is parking, and you don't have any security, the likelihood of you knowing that your car is there in the morning is slim to none, right? And 9 times out of 10, aside from you coming out and walking to the car at the very moment that that person's trying to break into your shit, your car is gone, right? So between being out and about and living in an apartment complex, it seems like those are the two most likely opportune times for your car to be stolen. Another thing that I'm noticing is downtown. So I'm going to speak about Charlotte specifically. It sounds like downtown Charlotte and having your car in parking decks and parking garages is some of the worst places to have your car, because I've had 3 people specifically, one of which happens to be my homeboy, one of my, my day one ride or die in the car community guys. His car got broken into and stolen in a parking garage that he actually works at, right? So downtown Charlotte, parking garage, he had his Hellcat parked there, and it was broken into and stolen. And then 2 other people have DM'd me this week alone stating that both of their cars were stolen in the downtown Charlotte area. So either downtown Charlotte is just the worst of the worst, which I imagine it is, or just parking your car in downtown metropolitan areas in general is just bad. The one thing that a lot of guys have got to realize is that you can't take your car everywhere, man. Like, there are just certain places that you should and should not be taking your scat or cat. Or I'll give you a better one. Take your car to certain places, but not at night. If you got to go downtown and handle business, you should be fine during the day. If you work downtown and you're driving your scat or cat and you're parking it in a parking garage or a parking deck or what have you, you should be okay. Overnight, however, no, sir. You would think that downtown would be, I'm not going to say the safest, but one of the safest places specifically for cars, just because there's so many eyeballs. There's so many people constantly walking, driving. I would imagine there's a lot of police walking around, driving, and what have you. Like, you just wouldn't think that somebody would risk it in a heavily populated area like downtown. Apparently, my mindset and my thinking is completely backwards, because it seems like that's where it's most likely to happen, is downtown, is in a parking garage, in a parking deck. I mean, you got to be some type of bold motherfucker to go into a parking garage and see a particular car, and 9 times out of 10, that car is parked next to other cars. So it's not like it's just out in the open, parked next to other cars. So now you got to crouch down next to the window, trying to break the window, or trying to, however people break into these cars and get into it. And then now you're inside the car and you're breaking, pulling shit out. You're tearing the dashboard apart because you're trying to get it started and steal it and then drive it out. Because a lot of parking decks, if not most, if not all, have security up front, and then they have the little control arm, the parking garage control arm that closes or blocks you in so that you can't get out until you pay. Because a lot of people, obviously, downtown, they're going to charge you for parking everywhere, especially in the parking deck. And they're not going to let you leave until you pay. But apparently, that's the opportune time for these people to steal your car and take off. So I'll say that you can drive your car wherever you want. It's just certain times of day you need to put that scat or cat up. I don't drive this car after a certain time of night. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm that type of guy where it's like, once it gets dark, I put my scat up, or I'm just in the house. I'm not moving, right? Unless it's like I'm doing some shit with the car club or whatever the case may be, the bros. But aside from that, you're not going to see my car in the parking garage downtown Charlotte at midnight. You're not going to see my car parked on the side of the road at midnight downtown Charlotte on any given night, whether it's the weekend or not, weekday or whatever. And a lot of you guys just got to realize that you can't take your car everywhere, or at least at every, specific time of day or night in your particular city. Now, some cities are different. Your city may have a better reputation than mine. Unfortunately, mine doesn't have a good reputation, and your shit will get stolen, but you just got to be mindful of your environment. You got to be mindful of your environment and the time in which you are in that environment. You know what I'm saying? And then furthermore, what I really want to get to in this video is that, so my previous video, shout out to the Rankin family. They were the ones from the video that I did where they had their Hellcat Charger, their Dodge Charger, and their Durango parked outside of their house, and then 5, 6, 7 dudes rolled up and tried to steal the Charger. That's the family from that video. And obviously they were in my previous video talking about the security system that they got installed on their cars, their Durango and their Charger. That's another thing that I want to get to. A lot of us have our priorities backwards when it comes to these cars. Dodge does not give a damn about whether or not you come out to your car or not first thing in the morning. They don't care. They don't care if your car gets broken into or not. That's not their problem. Once you buy your car off the lot, you know, their obligation, contractual obligation to you has been fulfilled. They don't care, you know. As far as security is concerned, I know they did some enhanced security bullshit with the 20s, the 22s or 23s. That's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be honest here. Let's just call it what it is. Because you guys have seen me compare my 20 to 22s and 23s, and it's a hit or a miss. Like, you almost have to perfectly set off the alarm in a 22 or a 23 in order for it to go off. You've seen me compare my 20 to 22s and 23s, and you've seen how hard it is to get the goddamn alarms to go off. They go off, but it's one of those things like it's got to be under perfect circumstances in order for them to go off. So there really is no security systems from Dodge, from factory, when you buy these cars. I'm telling you guys, before you cut the pipes, before you tint out the windows, before you go and get that big ass Hellcat sticker and put it on the side of your car, or the big ass Bumblebee sticker and put it on the side of your car, invest in some security. Because our priorities in the Mopar community is all backwards. We go and we cut the pipes, get the big ass decals, tint it out, lower it, body kit, new rims. That's $5,000-$6,000 worth of work right there, if not more. And then our shit gets stolen 3 days later. Set aside $500 to $1,000 and go get you a premium security system, car security system. Or if you don't want to do that, you already know who I'm rocking with. CarLock. $50. Now, with CarLock, what CarLock is not going to do is it's not going to stop somebody from breaking your shit. It's just going to alert you that someone's trying to break into it. And then it's your responsibility to come out, however you come out of your house when somebody's trying to break into your car, and stop the threat of them breaking into your car. It's not a kill switch. It's not a, it's a GPS device, obviously. So if they do get as far as breaking into it and stealing it, or maybe you're not in the same city or state as your car, or you're just not in the same location of your car, brothers, we must stay focused. But, maybe you're not in the city and state of your car, so you don't have the ability to come out when it's being stolen. At least you'll be able to GPS track it and see what's going on from there. It's a deterrent. It's not kind of the finishing or the all-inclusive complete deterrent to stop somebody from breaking into your car. It's just kind of the first level deterrent, if you will. So if somebody tries to break into your car and they vibrate it, you get the vibration notification. They break the window and they chop in the inside of it, you're going to get vibration notifications. If they start the engine, you're going to get an engine start notification. If they move it, you're going to get a vehicle move notification. It's basically going to let you know what's going on with your car, but it's not going to stop anything, But at the very least, you need that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to go and drop $500 to $1,000 on a legitimate car security system, or an encompassing car security system, CarLock is the best way to go. Now, for you guys that's got that kind of disposable income, right? So before you go and get your big ass Hellcat decal and sticker on the side of your car, or before you go and drop $300 on chopping the pipes, take that $300 to $500 and take it down to a car security spot and have them lock your car down, right? So that when you do get your pipes cut, or you do go and get the decal, your damn car is still outside the next day after you get the work done. You know what I'm saying? Our priorities are backwards. I mean, at this point, it's one of those things like, we know our security systems are trash on this car. We know that. We know that these cars are heavily sought after right now. We know that as well. And we know that breaking into these cars and stealing them are relatively easy. We know that as well. Knowing that, it's up to us to do something, right? We can't always play the victim. You just can't. I mean, if you've got $5,000-$10,000 worth of body work done to your car, you got the rims, the decal, the pipes, you got the interior lights glowing and shit like that. But then you don't want to spend $300 to $500 for a legitimate security system, or hell, at least $50 for CarLock. Whose fault is it when their shit gets stolen? Our priorities are backwards. You buy a brand new Charger Challenger today. Today is Thursday, April 13th. Your ass needs to be set up for an appointment within the next 2 to 5 days, 2 to 5 business days of getting a car security installed on your car. Don't even worry about wrapping it, PPF, all that shit. Worry about your car actually being there when you come out the next day. Specifically, and I'm speaking to my guys that live in apartment complexes, that, you know, work downtown, that work in some of these seedy areas or these shady areas where your shit might actually get stolen. Now, the thing about the security systems that the Rankin family has on their car from the previous video that I just put out, that shit is legitimate, right? And I might actually have that installed in my car now. We're not going to talk about that, but that shit is legitimate because not only is it a vibration detection security system, you try to break the windows, notification comes to your phone and to the key fob device. You break into the car and you try to start the car, it automatically kills it. So it's a kill switch. It's all of that. And it's a GPS device so that it can track your car wherever your car is at all times. And you can do it from your phone. Or you can do it from your key fob because the key fob has a little LCD screen on it that lets you see everything that's going on with the car. And you say, well, how's that going to stop somebody from, you know, using one of those key fob replicator devices from stealing your key fob signal? At the absolute worst, I was told that they may be able to get into your car. But even after they get into your car, the engine is killed. Like, they have to have that specific security key fob to start your car. So the one thing about that particular security system, and I'm going to, you know, stress that you guys go and watch that video so that you know what I'm referring to, is that everything has to happen from the car security system key fob, not the Dodge key fob anymore. So the Dodge key fob gets superseded by the car security key fob. You lock your car with the security key fob. You start your car with the security key fob. If you try to unlock or lock or remote start your car with the original Dodge key fob, it sets off the alarm and the engine gets killed because the car security key fob or the car security device as a whole has superseded everything that happens with the Dodge. So when you take your car to Dodge and you have them change the oil and all that stuff, you got to give them the car security key fob and the regular Dodge key fob as well, because using one without the other isn't going to work. If you leave your car security key fob at the house, for one, you're not going to be able to start the car. And two, you're not going to be able to do anything with the car because everything goes through the car security, which is what you want, because that car security key fob cannot be replicated. You know what I'm saying? As far as the signal is concerned. And you need the Dodge key fob to be within range of the car security key fob in order to start the damn car and get into it and all that good stuff. Like I said, watch my previous video. But guys, what I'm stressing right now is that summer is right around the corner. It's getting hot. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's outside, including us, Dodge, you know, car guys. Listen, all I'm saying is if you don't have $300 to $500, take $50, get your CarLock, right? So you can at least know what's going on with your car at all times. God forbid somebody's breaking into your shit. You should get a notification, engine start, vehicle move. You should get all that. GPS your car at all times. You should get all that, you know? If you do have that kind of money around, take that $500 to $1,000 and lock your car down with something legitimate. You know, I've already said it, and I've said it numerous times in this videos. Our priorities are backwards. If you've got $80,000, $90,000 for a jailbreak, or $80,000, $90,000, $100,000, $150,000, $200,000 for Demon 170, you telling me you don't have $800 to put towards car security? Because Dodge doesn't care. Dodge's responsibility is just to give you a loud-ass, powerful-ass car, which is what they give us. And they've been giving us that for quite some time. So their contractual obligation to us is fulfilled. They've done their job. They're good. You can't blame them for giving you a shit-ass security system, because that's not what they advertise. That's not what they, you know, that's not what they are. They're not Mercedes. They're not BMW. You know, they're not Lamborghini, Ferrari. When's the last time you heard somebody's Mercedes AMG got stolen? You know? You never hear that shit. When's the last time you heard a McLaren, 570 was stolen? Never. Dodge's responsibility is to give you a goddamn muscle car with a big ass engine and loud pipes, and that's what they do. Everything else is your responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Buy a car from a dealership, from a Dodge dealership on a Friday, get that shit stolen on Saturday, and then go back up there Monday morning talking about your car got stolen. They're going to look at you like, And what, you want to buy a new one? That's not our problem. It's not their problem. It's your problem. So what I'm saying, guys, is let's get our priorities in orders. Lock your car down, lock your car down, or take your shit to a legitimate car security installation spot and have them lock your car down with something, you know, serious, something really legitimate, you know, like what we saw in my previous video. But as always, guys, like, subscribe, comment, man. I'm just getting tired of seeing our cars stolen. You know, I'm getting tired of seeing it. I'm getting tired of reposting it. And I'm just telling you guys, get your priorities in order before you go out and get all the other external shit. Get yourself some security. That way you can have peace of mind. That way, when you lock your car and you walk away from it, you don't have to look at it and lock it 8 times because you're afraid that you may never see it again. When you take it to a mall, you're not worried about somebody breaking into it and stealing it. You know, peace of mind is more important than, if you ask me, looking good and sounding good. You already got a dope ass car, right? It don't need to be any doper than what it comes from the factory. But if you don't have it, you don't have a car. So as always, guys, like, subscribe, comment. It's been your boy Knockout 360. Talk to me, man. My biggest thing is I just feel like Mopar guys, our priorities are out of order. If you can drop 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 150, $200,000 on a Mopar, something tells me you should be able to drop another $500 to $1,000 on a security system to make sure that your car is still your car the following morning. That's just my rationale. I could be wrong, but I'm sure you guys will tell me. See you guys in the next one. It's been your boy.